Hello guys, my name is the partner and welcome to your next Bootstrap tutorial. In this tutorial we'll look at images and remember, I know we have a lot of codes here, it could be confusing, but let me just run through everything we have again so that you understand where we are. First of all, this is our body opening tag, and we have the top bar, which is this black navigation bar here. This navigation bar, that's the top bar, and I'll minimize it. That's code folding. It's called code. I just folded the code. And then we have the container. There is a container that contains left, right, and left, center, and right at the extreme of my screen. And we're working on the center guy here. So we'll locate the center guy, locate this bootstrap table, then go to the bottom to continue. Okay, that being settled, we're in the container. The left side, we don't need it. We can fold it. It's too small. And this is the middle, and I'll click on it. Then we have bootstrap backgrounds. Here it is, bootstrap backgrounds. I'll click on it and fold. Then we have the next one, bootstrap tables. I'll click on the row on it and fold. And there we are. So we have one more space to add our stuff. So we can say div row class row. Okay, and the next thing we want to do is to give it a title and say, hey, bootstrap images. That being settled, we can come back and add an image. Now let's go back to our folder of our website, and if I open it, I open the images folder. I've already copied an image and pasted here. We want to use this image for demonstration, and I renamed it to a short name, and that's chioma.jpg. So we'll come here. Remember in HTML how to link images. So we'll come here and say image src and images chioma.jpg and that settles it for us. I want to quickly explain this, and I know I've explained it like 1 million times before, but I'm gonna do it again one more time. Remember this guy. These are index file. This index file is on the same folder level with a folder called images. Look at it here. Look at the folder images. Then if you open images, that's the slash. If you open images, you'll see a file called chioma.jpg, and that's what we just did. So that's how we came up with this link. The next thing is let's quickly let's refresh, and we have this image. That's the image of my sister, and she's on Instagram and she's a model. Alright, so but one thing you will notice is that the image is too small, it's too big. So we need some level of control. Let's decide what the width will be. The width, let's say the width should be 200 pixels. And remember I told you if you declare a width only in image, the browser will intelligently calculate the height by itself. Let me just show you. Remember, this guy is too big, and I'll refresh, and when we refresh, you will realize that our browser has recalculated, and as you can see, our site is entering behind the footer. Here is the footer. It was something we did in the beginning when we were creating footers, so we can go and make sure that our footer is not fixed. Look at what is causing it. So we just make sure, hey, this guy, we don't want it fixed. So we refresh, and here is it. So the browser automatically calculated the height for us. Otherwise we can specify height, but no need to specify it again. So The next thing we want to do is what if we wanted a rounded corner for our images? We wanted each corner to be rounded. Alright, what we'll do is to add a class and call it image. As you can see, the intelligence tells us that we can do 4 crazy stuff, and I will take them one by one. Image rounded, and then we'll refresh. Remember the corners of this image. I know the top corners aren't showing, but let's concentrate on the bottom corners. Then I'll refresh. As you can see, there is a curve right now, if you can see very well. Let me just give it a break so that there will be space underneath. Okay, and let's just increase the break. I'll multiply it by 3. 1, 2, 3. Just to increase it. So after refreshing, as you can see, it's now up here, and it now displays our stuff very well. I just wanted you to see the curvature very well. The next thing we can do is to what if we want this image to be circle? Remember when we did the border radius with the value of 10 pixels? That's how to do it in CSS. But in Bootstrap, you don't need to do all those CSS stuff. You just put image rounded. What if we wanted it to be circle? We can say image circle and refresh, and we have image circle. So I want it to be placed side by side. Alright, that's just it. And then the next thing you want to ask is what if we wanted the image to have a sort of border? You understand? That's when you say image thumbnail. Most new social networks, they make their profile pictures circular these days. So this is how to do it. So I'll refresh, and there is a thumbnail. If you can see clearly, you'll see that this has double borders around it. Double borders. So that's it. And the last one, last but not the least, or the last and the least, is the image responsive. Remember, you can use more than one classes inside a class. For instance, you can have image responsive and have image thumbnail, for instance. So we can have 2 of them. Image responsive is, say, occupy the whole width. Calculate the screen of the device and make sure that the image gets to the whole width. Right? It happens in mobile phones, but this is not a mobile phone, so we will not get any real, and we will not see any difference. But if we are operating on a smaller phone, the image responsive will work. And then if you have image responsive, there is no point having a width. So our width was restricting our stuff, but if you wanted it to be responsive, which means whatever container you are in, which is, this is a container, and the container ends here. So responsive means whatever container you are in, occupy everything. So as you can see, it has pulled to its highest width. But in a mobile phone, traditionally, it will just occupy the whole screen of the mobile phone. Alright, so that's it for images. And remember, if you wanted to create an image gallery where there will be a picture of this guy here, another picture of this guy here, another picture of this guy here, something like that. If you wanted to create it, you just divide the screen into grids and say, for instance, 4 grids, which is div 1. You have core MD4, the next one core MD4, and stuff like that. So that's just it for images. And in the next tutorial, we'll be going to do other stuff. And talking of Instagram, I am on Instagram too, so you can visit visit instagram.com/DaveOzalo, and that's my profile, and do well to follow. Alright, thank you very much, and see you in the next video tutorial.